I'm Stephanie. I am the market manager this year. I don't do it by myself. I have an assistant manager, Lynette. Hi, Lynette. And Annika and Cynthia help me out. So I'm really happy that you guys are here. I'm looking at my notes to make sure I do everything, but I just want to first tell you about the market and why it's so super awesome to be a part of the farmers market just by being a vendor or just by being here. We really promote healthy food. We promote fitness. We are really fighting against the major health inequities, obesity, diabetes. But one of the newer things that we're doing is really trying to put a push on supporting the local businesses. So when you guys look around the room, you see all of the local businesses that we have here. So we have healthy food, we have fresh produce, we have local businesses, and we have resources around that come here every Saturday to let you know that they're here. And most of all, we bring the community together. So we just really love having everyone in the same room, meeting each other, talking to each other, because in the hustle and bustle of the day, you just pass people by, but here you get to talk and have conversations. And to add to that, I just want to kind of shout out, and you guys, when I'm done, I'd love for you guys to just give them a big round of applause, but all the people that are here. So I am going to make sure I don't miss anyone, but I want to shout out Oakdale Farm, My Mini Cake Shop, Iggy's Bread, Four Corner Yoga and Wellness, Beauty and Simplicity, Distinct Element, Nice Nut Import, Generation to Generation, Harvard School of Public Health, East Boston Savings Bank, Codman Square Neighborhood Council and the Smoke-Free Housing Crew, Clearwater Action, Boston Home Center, Dorchester Historical Society, and our Phyllis Wheatley reenactor, the Oasis on Baloo, Resonant Energy, Dorchester Co-op, Victory Human Services, All Dorchester Sports League and Fit Kitchen, Sanaa with Friends, Boston Climate Action Network, the Mayor's Office of Food Initiatives is here, and most of all, the Common Square Health Center, who is our biggest supporter. I need some more. And speaking of the Common Square Health Center, I wanted to invite Sandra Carterell up to just give you a history of the Dorchester Winter Market. Hello, can we give her a round of applause?
Thank you, Stephanie. So Stephanie did an amazing job about talking about what the market has meant, but you know, we've been doing the market at the Codman Square Health Center for 5 years, and it started off 3 years ago in 2012 with Jenny Silverman and the Dorchester Food Co-op. They were really instrumental in the brainchild behind this. And when Jenny came to us and said, I've got to start the food co-op and I've got to invest my time in that, the health center really saw what it meant to the community in terms of really bringing resources here in addition to the healthy food. But we felt like we wanted this vision and this dream to stay alive. So we looked for a partner, and we partnered with Codman Square Neighborhood Council to keep the market going. So the health center has been proud supporters for it over the last 5 years, and happy to have a new partner with the Neighborhood Council in terms of keeping it alive. So I would like to thank you guys for your support. I think for me, who's been coming to the market for 5 years, it's really not only about the produce that's here and the healthy food. It's really about building community, and it really is an opportunity for people to engage and bring resources, and I'm happy to be part of that, and it's been an amazing journey. We want to keep it strong, so tell your friends, your family. Your patronage is very important, so we want to keep people coming in volume. So again, thank you all for being here, and let's keep our farm stand and our market the busiest market in Boston, so we want to see as many people out here as possible supporting our vendors, so thank you.
So the next thing I want to do is bring up someone that has been supporting farmers markets for a really long time, supporting our markets in this community. He's from the community. He's always at our kickoffs. He's always supporting and buying. Mayor Walsh.
Thank you, Stephanie. And, I want to just thank all the teenagers in Codman Square. People talk all the time about teenagers, and it's not always in a positive light. But here in Codman Square, when you think about all of the great initiatives, whether it's the farmers market, the bowl teens. It all starts with young people. And it's really about building up community, and that's why this neighborhood's so special. So I want to thank Stephanie, I want to thank Cynthia, who herself, I remember when she was a bowl teen, where she was right in front of me a minute ago. So when I say Cynthia, I think of her and her crew, who have all grown up and gone on to do great things, and I'm proud of them, because when I was a state representative in this neighborhood, when I started coming around to the meetings, they actually weren't quite teens yet, and then they became teens, and then I watched them, do so much for our neighborhood, and then take over the council meetings and be involved in the community and very active in so many different ways. So I want to thank them all for their great work. I want to thank the Common Square Health Center, again, another strong support in the neighborhood for so many years, for so many decades, have been such a central focal point here. Congratulations to the Common Square Neighborhood Council, the Common Square CDCs, the Dorchester Historical Society. I want to thank the farmers market and all the local farmers, the vendors, and the community that's here today. A couple of people were mentioned. Stephanie mentioned the food initiative, and our acting director of the food initiative is Catalina Lopez, who's here with us. So Catalina, thank you very much for your great work. Catalina met me at the front door. She was really excited because we had a meeting the other day in the office, and she was talking about the importance of what we do in our city. So I want to thank you. I also want to thank Felix Arroyo, the Chief of Health and Human Services, for his great work. I'm gonna ask, I think I'm bringing up Councilor Campbell to say a couple words in a minute. I'm gonna bring the councilor up in a second, but let me just switch gears for like 35 seconds. We are living in interesting times. These times that are happening in Washington, we're not really sure what that means, what it means. 2 weeks ago you saw Washington, the president, come out with an executive order on sanctuary cities to take away funding for sanctuary cities, of which Boston would lose money, I guess, whatever, if he wanted to do it. He has no right to do that, number one, but the Councilor Campbell, myself, and the rest of us got together and we stood up and we said that we are going to make sure that people in the city feel safe that they live in the city, whether you're documented or undocumented. Every single person in this room. I think I can say this, almost every single person, but almost every single person in this room is either an immigrant, first generation or second generation, which means that we're not that far away from being immigrants ourselves. So it's important for us that we put a stake in the ground to let people know that we are going to stand up, and we are going to stand up for Boston. 2 nights later, the president came down with an executive order about refugees and from 7 countries, and what that did was not only was it discriminatory against people that come to our city to get educated in our schools, teach in our hospitals, practice in our hospitals, it sent the wrong message. And over this last week, we've had meetings in the mayor's office, along with the council, with our hospitals to talk about the policies and what we have to do, with the universities and the policies they have to do, and with the consul generals. And I just want to take it one step further, because no one seems to be talking about this in the press. And I'm not criticizing our local press. The hospitals right now in Boston are picking students to be in the next class. Those students are going to be surgeons. Those students are going to work on issues like lung disease that we see down the back here. Those students are going to work on issues like obesity, which we're talking about why we created farmers markets in the first place. They're going to talk about asthma rates, which we deal with in our community. They're going to talk about cancer rates and work on all these different issues. And now we have an opportunity to bring in the best and brightest from the world into Boston to teach in the best hospitals in the world here in our city. But because of the actions that happened last week, the hospitals don't know what to do. Because they have all these young people that want to come here and learn and be educated, and they're afraid to come here, or they can't come here. In our colleges, Trump said that the reason for his executive order was about terrorism. Think about this for a minute. We are telling young students from areas of the world that are troubled that we don't want you to come here to America to get educated, to learn how we do things and the way that we do things in the American way as far as freedom and democracy, so that those same students can take that knowledge they learn here and bring back to their country to allow people in their country to live under a free society. So everything that he's done the last 2 weeks has been counterproductive, counterintuitive to what we stand for as Americans and what we want to do when we go to other countries. So I just want people to know here. I just want people to know here that are questioning, what do I do in these uncertain times? you continue to come to the farmers market. You continue to sell healthy, fresh food, and you continue to push fresh food. If you're a small entrepreneur and you're trying to get your business started, you continue to push your business to get your business started and move your business forward. If you're in the healthcare industry, if you're in the banking industry, in the co-op industry, in any industry that's in this room, you continue to do what you do. Because of what happened last week doesn't mean that we stop society and kind of wait to see this until this is over, pray this thing gets over quickly in 4 years. It means that we have an opportunity to fight through. So when people look what you want to do, you don't have to be on a national scale holding a rally saying we're going to stand up and fight. What we have to do is make sure what we do in our own home, that we continue to deliver the services we want to do, and continue to move our society forward. So I want to thank you for the opportunity to say a few words, and I have the great honor of introducing a woman who ran for the board. Now I represented this neighborhood for many, many years. I represented this neighborhood as a state representative for over 16 and a half years. I came to the meetings almost every month here. And then I also, as the mayor of the city of Boston, I'm sorry I haven't been to as many meetings as I'd like to be, but people are here for me. But when I came to this neighborhood as a state representative, there's many times that I might have been the only person in this hall. I was the only elected official in this hall. And there's a city council who got elected a year and a half ago, and she's been in this hall. She's advocating and fighting for this community every single day at City Hall. She's somebody who is hit the ground running. Her first assignment as a city councilor, and this isn't normal. Her first assignment, usually a city council, when they first come on the council, they go into a committee that's not that active so they can learn the process and then go to a more active committee. Her request was public safety. She not only runs that committee, but she took the committee took the bull by the horns and rammed it through and worked in that committee to make sure that her neighborhood and her district was safe, not just her district, but the entire city of Boston. She has done an incredible job representing everyone here in Common Square and throughout her district in the city of Boston. So I'd like to bring up to the microphone your City Councilor Andrea Campbell.
Wow, with an introduction like that, you can start to cry. Good afternoon. So I won't take up a lot of time. Most of the folks in this room know I'm the District 4 City Councilor, and we are currently in District 4. And Codman Square is one of my favorite neighborhoods. This is a neighborhood that is active, engaged, and this is just one example of all the incredible things that continue to happen in this neighborhood every single day. One of the things that's always on the top of my list is how we change the narrative of a community. So District 4 is not a district of violence, disengaged voters. It's a district of community. It's a district of neighbors who care about neighbors. It's a district that looks out for the elderly. It's a district that wants smoking-free zones, smoke-free housing. It's a district of young people that are engaged as young as this. So this is a great example, a great turnout of what this community is all about. I will continue to highlight the positive in our community. And I will say this, and it's important to talk about, what is happening at the national level is having an effect on what's happening at the local level. I'm a lawyer by training, so I am extremely honored to be in this profession when you see the ACLUs and volunteer attorneys at airports every single day fighting for folks to be able to come into this country, to stay into this country, and to return to this country. The mayor said it. I stand with you. I stand with those who are undocumented and documented. I stand with those who are trying to come here for a better life. I am not alone. The council also stands with residents. We were just talking the other day at the council meeting about sanctuary schools and making sure our students feel safe. We have a lot of schools in District 4, and one of them is called Boston International Newcomers. This is a school that exclusively focuses on serving those who are coming to this country as immigrants, as refugees. They need to hear from us. They need to know that we hear their concerns, we understand their fears, and that we're going to take bold action in response. Not simply resolutions, that's important, but that we're actually going to show up. We're actually going to push back. We're actually going to fight back. Each of us, and many know my personal story, this tragic one, each of us has a story. We've been through a lot in this community. We're going to get through this guy as well, President Trump. We're going to get through him as well. But the silver lining, I think, in all of this is it's a reminder to our constituents, and it should be to each and every one of us, that politics and government plays an important and vital role in our daily lives. So it's not important just to show up at the national level. It's important to show up at the local level, the state level, not simply by voting, That's important. But getting involved with your community, finding something you're passionate about, and finding a place for you to exercise action, take action, but also to insert your voice in the conversation. So this, I hope, will be a wake-up call for our community and the majority of our country, which I think is on the right side of history on all of this, to stand up, and to stand up as a collective, and to fight with each other and for each other. So thank you guys for the incredible turnout today. Thank you, Mayor, for the incredible work you're doing and the bold action you're taking. And he's not mincing his words, which is exactly what we need. Thank you to our public employees. There are a lot of District 4 residents, a lot of Dorchester residents that work for the City of Boston and have for years and decades, who have been advocating alongside the mayor, even before we got there, to do the right thing, to make sure that folks feel safe, to get the services they're entitled to. So thank you to our city employees, our chief, thank you to our public safety, our commissioners, who have said, and Commissioner Evans in particular, who have said, they're not the immigration police. So let's continue to support our public employees, let's continue to stand together, and thank you guys for coming out today. Have a wonderful weekend, and do buy something while you're here. Okay? Thank you.
Okay, so the last thing I want to do for our kickoff is have a celebratory dance. So I brought Carrie, also known as Miss G, is the Boston Public School dance teacher, and she's gonna start the dance off for us. Are you ready? Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? I hope some of you guys will dance with us. I'm gonna dance. I hope some of you dance too. All right. Are we ready? All right, let's do it. All right. Wait. Am I getting this right? Yeah. Yeah, sure. Oh, I forgot. It's gonna kill me.
We see the light, that's how you're right. We see the light.